Hello, humans. How are you all doing? It's Monday, the funnest day of all the days. That day before Tuesday, after Sunday. We've managed to survive the first long and, let's just say, not incredibly exciting round of pretending to be a human. Oh, I should have probably started with that turned off. But oh well, we'll live. Yeah, how are you doing? You good? You excited? You having good fun? I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. It's a little bit too big. I feel like it might be. I'm sure. How about I that a little bit less? Yeah, that's okay. That's more like it. Yeah. So, how are you all doing? Today I pretended that I was a human for, I don't know, a good 8 hours. It's hard work. I wouldn't advise it. If you can get away with not being human, I'd recommend it. I mean, based on what I can see, be a cat. Right? Definitely a better choice. So, as to the backgrounds, and I was sat there thinking, do you know what I need to do? I've made a note of it now. I need to get a space-themed background. I need to get a space-themed room in my house, in my little hovel. You know, a nice space theme. And I need to get an urban theme, right? So a nice street scene for more modern games. Those are two things that I definitely need. Anyway, what are we here for today? Well, today we're going to start trying to play some Girl by Moonlight. In order to help us with that, I have set up. Well, I've got a few. I've got a. Let me just turn this on. So, I've got the one-page solo engine. Let's get this cable out of the way. Knock over all these little people. So I've got one-page solo engine. My camera's a bit back. You might notice. Oh, that's a bit far back. Slime. Yes, but I wanted to get this in. I was sat there thinking, do I have any figures that would suit the space-based magical girl theme? And the closest I got was this one, which is Noriko from Gunbusters. So I liked that show back in the day. It was cute. She was a cool character. We never really know what happened to her. I think she turns up at the end of Gunbuster Die, right? Die Gunbuster even. Doesn't she? I think she might do. Like the last scene is the return of the fleet. So you don't really get it good. I've got a bad angle here, or a great angle, depending on how much of a dirty human being you are. You humans are all pretty filthy humans. So yeah, that's what I kind of said. But the angle just doesn't work quite right. I'd have to kind of and move it around, and then you'd see far too much of the room, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to see my hovel. There's just straw everywhere. Another slime's just sliming about like slimy things. Ugh. No one wants to see that. But on the other hand, what we've got here are my favourite dice. Right. The deck of cards and the one-page solo engine, just in case I need it. So I kind of feel that I'm going to have a bit more of a difficult time with a Forged in the Dark based game than I'm going to have from a more traditional game or a Powered by the Apocalypse game, because I tend to feel that Forged in the Dark is more of a perpetual negotiation where everyone tries to like hustle their way into a position. It's just how it feels from what I've read and what I've seen. So these are the tools that I'll be using. I'll be keeping records in Obsidian, and I'll be keeping notes inside of Roll20, which will be our main venue for the night. Will be Roll20. You always have a dungeon slime. Yes, I'd go find beautiful human, and you go, why is it that on a Monday you only bless us with a short stream? Well, the only reason for that, my beautiful little human, is I don't like Mondays. I'm tired on Mondays. All day Monday I'm tired. So I quite like getting into bed and sleeping on a Monday as soon as possible. So that's why I only give you a little stream, just a little bit of a taste. Because the problem is I play with a static group most Tuesdays. And because of that, I have if I didn't play on Mondays, then I wouldn't play for Monday or Tuesday, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm now down Monday and Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday, and I'd be more likely to go, I'm a very lazy human. I'm a very lazy slime, and before you know it, I wouldn't be here anymore. So that's why you get a short one on Monday. But right, let's give ourselves a quick check of what on earth was going on. So you'll note we've got some little tunes from the Roll20 little jukebox. This is Kevin McLeod, I don't know. Human names, very difficult. It's okay. I have relatives in Scotland. I promise. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not pretending. They're very nice slimes. Green slimes. Red slimes. Other blue slimes. All of the slimes up there in Scotland. So these are some of the little tunes that we'll be playing through when it feels like it's time. I also got some other little tunes from the tabletop audio in here. So that should be good. That should be fun. This will be exciting. This doesn't loop, which is kind of sad. And we could probably find some other little tunes, maybe, that we can have in the background to chill with us. This is what, like I said before, not tabletop audio. Here, chill, calm. There we go. Calm and calming. Like that. Calm. What do we think is calm? Airship Serenity. Now, airport lounge and calm. No, I don't believe you. That's not true. I've been to your human airports. They're terrible. Awful places. Full of misery and disgrace and other terrible things. Regret. That's the big one. Regret. Mostly full of regret. I went to an airport once. Never going to do it again. Let's stop this. Let's check out one or two of these. Really, is there such a loop? Just one. Townie loop. No townies here. This is a townie free zone. We don't do townies. We're anti-townies. Sorry, townies. We're not really anti-townies. Blue feather. That sounds nice. Doesn't sound of anything. Where's it gone? Ah. No. No. Broken reality. Ooh. Ooh. That's getting in there. That's a tune. Chill. It's just called chill. There we go. Did it go? Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. Add to game. I like it. What about this one? don't think so. Those little like glockenspiels or whatever those are. Bit too much. Bit too much. I was looking for something that was just like super chill. Daybreak sounds like it might be chill. I approve. Yeah, this will do. We can have this one as well. Add to game. Kevin McLeod. Kevin? That reminds me of an old sketch show from back in the olden times called The Harry Enfield Show. It might have been one of the other ones. They're all pretty much the same. They're all the same people, just with slightly different names. Dewdrop, that sounds like it might be good. Rain. Don't think there's going to be much rain. Anyway, that's enough. Enough. We've got a lot in here which are just apparently chill. Calming. Oh, Mystic Force. That sounds like a... One day I'll sit down and I'll really work on having playlists that all make sense. Until that day, you're just going to be stuck with this. What's that do? Oh. Oh my word. Oh my word. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Edit. Let me just see what this does. Sorry, this could be amazing. If this does what I hope it does, it could be amazing. Let me see if this does the thing. Yes. Save changes. Does it? No, it doesn't do a thing. Rubbish. So the other day, when I was playing Pendragon, this was really doing my eyes in. I need to change the size. But the problem is this size button only works per handout, not like universally for all handouts. And it doesn't justify the text. So it doesn't rewrap the text even. So it just gets longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, right? which isn't very useful. And I was hoping that this little thing was a text scaler for everything, but it's not. So I was excited. Oh, hello. oh, I didn't have a thingy there. Oh, terrible me. I'm just so unused to people appearing in the stream that I had it in the wrong place. Oh well. But yes, no townies. No townies. Townies are gone. We don't believe in the townies. Right. Anyway, back to what we were supposed to be doing. Where are we? Yes, here. So the campaign that we're doing is against the Terror. I can't find Roll20 is a little bit slow. So I was reading stuff the other day, and I'm pretty sure I've got all this configured properly. I think the last Bastion starts out maxed, and then it goes down. The Leviathans start out at the bottom, and then they get bigger. This is that. Next we have so this is the antagonist page to run. This is the ship, the flagship and how it grows out, and the engines, like so. That's all very exciting. This is like the hit points for the Bastion. Yes, that's for Bastion against Terror, and then we've got this, which is the actual what's it called? Coca-Cola? No. This is the series sheet. So this tells us what the universe is like. So as noted, we're basically fighting big, nasty, Lovecraftian space monstrosities that basically consume minds and bodies, probably silent civilization, basically out to exterminate what remains of the human race. They've already taken Earth, and now we're fleeing in a large asteroid spaceship thing. It's all going to be terrible. What forms do they take? Mountainous perversions of nature. Coca-Cola, yes, Coca-Cola. Only the finest premium Coca-Cola in this establishment, young P.O. Only the finest. The finest and the most delicious. So where do we take shelter? An ancient fortress. So this is basically the giant asteroid ship. Is the place. What is held sacred? So the society places order and obedience above all else, and community and emotion has been sacrificed in order to achieve those goals. And of course, the characters will embody those disciplines, right? They are doomed volunteers, so they pilot the engines. They volunteered. I know, I do. It's amazing. It helps with my acidic digestion of all the other things that I consume. Right? If your sans Coca-Cola, your sans flesh and other such things melting capability. I mean, have you seen what Coca-Cola will do to a coin? Amazing things. And teeth, how do they get through teeth? Right? I mean, that's the pig's problem, you see. They just can't get through those their teeth. So what you need is a slime and Coca-Cola. That's what you need. Exactly, right? So, how do they keep us in line? Propaganda and lies. No, not me. I'm basically a container for fluids. I can contain almost any fluid. Bleach, all kinds. Yes, and I like the tingliness. Tingliness is a good thing. Exactly, see? Cunning, wise P.O. Wise little P.O. there, understanding how the tingliness functions. And also the ability to digest everything and anything. By far the best substitute for acid that you've got going. Easier to get hold of than the acids. Exactly, see? They're all different kinds of slimes, you see. All different kinds. What part of our reputation is deserved? Celebrated heroes, cursed warriors. The flagship is a floating fortress. It's called the Avenging Fist of Solemnity. Most of it. That's the most important stuff, I feel. And we've chosen that the name of the series is going to be Those Who Fight Against the Endless Terror. So that's that. Now you can tell that generally this is... So my actual screen is quite big. I just have to make everything small so it fits into the small computer streaming capability that I possess. I have small capability. I need a new computer, but I'm cheap and I don't want to buy a new computer. And every time I look, computers are more expensive. I don't know what you humans do, but you make really expensive computers. You need some kind of slime-based computer, which is quick and not expensive, right? It's what you need. So, the four characters that we have are... Oh, no. Speed up, little roll 20. Nina Michelli, a rebel and an outsider. She is the outsider class. So she's a child of a political dissident. She is obligated. So her obligation is. So I was reading a bit more, and maybe I should I should use one. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it would be good if they were not expensive. Unfortunately, they are expensive, which is ridiculous. I don't know why they're expensive. Surely they should be coming down in price, not going up in price. But that's for world. I'm sure cleverer people would be able to sit there and talk about the macroeconomic implications of computer costs, but not me. That sounds like human work. I don't like human work. So yeah, there are promises. So so she's the rebel of the bunch. We've got Lily and Vera, who is the enthusiastic, true believer of the bunch. Kasumi, who is... Okay, this was a character class that confused me. For Harmony. So actually, she's two people in one. So that's an event. She's for Squad Mum. So that's her. So yeah. Oh right. Yeah. I was saying. I was reading. Oh, and there was one promise I didn't understand. A shared promise. I don't know. I didn't get it. I gave up. It was too difficult. Too difficult. So I moved on. Oh no, I've not re-enabled a new little ditty. Let's just go here and chill. See how chill that is. Yeah. So exactly. Kasumi Squad Mum, she's gonna be great. So she's gonna help Nina assimilate, but of course she's also wants Nina to be who she needs to be. So that's kind of like her conflicting promise. So yeah, that's her. She wants to be an idol. That's quite funny. Notes. Yeah, rivalries. All sorts is going on. And then Tarif Utadi is the squad leader. Right, yeah, I keep on forgetting what I was about to say. The person who is going to... I was looking through a thing, and really, maybe these obligations should be military obligations, not military academy obligations. Which would make sense, but I ain't going to worry about it now. Because I am not the kind of slime who worries too much about the things. So we'll just make all these little. Bring these ones down here. So the really thing against the antagonists, Kita Kasumi goes up here. Now, I just want to map this out so that I don't forget any of the steps. But the game operates in kind of 4 phases, right? We've got phase 1. Oh no. Sorry. Phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. Right. Phase 1 is obligation. Obligation. Phase 2 is downtime. Downtime. Phase 3 is mission, and phase 4 is fallout. Right? And these phases go from one to the next. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then donk, like so, right? And one loop through makes an episode. There's a whole lot of reading. How do you memorize and understand these things? I don't memorize or understand them. I'm stupid. I forget all the time. That's why I'm so annoying. If I was a clever person, I'd have all this information in my head, but I'm not. I'm a stupid person, and I have to keep on checking back on things and opening things and being really, really annoying. It's one of the reasons why I do the stream, because it makes me actually do it, as opposed to if I don't do the stream, I end up looking on the internet at pictures of spaceships, right? So that's the objective here, is that anyone who is like remarkably bored and wants to watch some strange slime person doing tabletop role-playing stuff can, and I get to focus on actually maybe finishing something. Save. So I just turned the grid off there because I was kind of getting annoyed with it snapping stuff. Right. So yes, there we go. I've got a little book open because I need the book. Internet spaceship stream when? Never. This is not happening. And then I should probably, just for a moment, open up my PDF view if I can find it. Can I find it? That's the question. Notepads, game capture, Adobe Reader. There we go. So this is the book. So the way the system goes is, no, I don't like doing it. I just do it. It's not what I want to do. It's what I end up doing, because as opposed to doing what I want to be doing. But did I mention earlier that I was going to? I need a what's it called? I need to get some new backgrounds. I need to get a background for space stuff, and I need to get a background for what's the other one called? Modern stuff. Yeah, I need like a modern background. I'm sure I mentioned that at the start. So what we need to do on here is obligation phase, and we give the obligation phase a quick read. Downtime. Here we go. Obligation. So during this phase, it's for stuff that the characters need to do for their day job. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to focus on a handful of characters. Space back on. No, I don't want to be like Elon Musk. This is a no Nazi zone. No Nazis in here. We don't do the Elon Musk. So yeah. So when we do the obligation, we roll our lowest attribute, taking stress equal to 6 minus the die result. So yeah. Which means, for example, if I just hide this a second, that's the wrong one to hide. Not that one. I want to hide this one. Oh, there you go. So the lowest attribute. So if it was tariff, for her, she could either do moon or sun as her lowest roll, because she's got 3 in stars. Or if it was, oh no, I closed that by accident. Now I'm going to load it up again. There we go. Tariff tardy. Right. So if we went to Lillian, her lowest stat is stars. Right. And Nina's lowest stat is moon or stars. And Kasumi's is stars. So a lot of them aren't very good at stars, but she's very good at empathizing with people and forgiving people. So that's nice. Top notch, ultimate bananas. So if we were going to start off with tariffs at the top. So her obligation is the student council, and she's also the wing commander of the squad. And her lowest things are moon and sun. So can you train these characters? Yes, yeah. So as they go through various adventures, and if they survive, and the leviathans haven't eaten all of the humans, they can improve over time, so they can get more points. It's a bit like Idle Manager, but less nooky. Good thoughts and analogies there. So because so sun and moon are her low ones. So sun is your obligation involves scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing. If moon is rolled, your obligation breaks your heart and drives you to despair. So I'm going to save the moon till later. For the sun, so I'm going to use sun because your obligation involves scary people or circumstances, or is physically taxing. We'll get there. It will take several months, I expect, to train them up. Sun is rolled. So what she's going to do is she needs to during school, during the academy training sessions, she has to provide a detailed report to the academy command instructor, and we'll call them. Let's open up a little note. We'll call them I think it's funny that this is laid out the way it is. New character, notes, game notes. Actually, I won't put them in here. I'll put them in here, and then I'll save them later. So the base commander, the training commander is Naomi Watling. A powerful, bold leader that for people have lots of respect for, but kind of scary. So this is who she's got to make a report out to, and she finds the entire experience a bit stressful. She's just had she's kind of got in to a session during an initial simulator with her co-pilots and her team, so Lillian, Nina, and Kita, and they're kind of not very good at the entire thing. And Tarif is like, oh, what on earth have I got myself into? And she's checking her clipboard with the stuff on, and now she's heading to talk to Naomi to provide her with the information. So we roll sun. Bonus dice none, and she gets a 3 and a 3. 0 dice, take the lower of the 2. So yeah, she gets a 3, so that means she takes 3 stress. 1 stress, 2 stress, 3 stress. So she's there. So the squadron failed on tests 2 and 4, I'm afraid. And Naomi's like, how on earth do you expect them to survive out there in the field of battle if you're unable to pass these tests? You need to be more on point. You need to be better at this, Tarif. You were selected to be the wing commander of this group for a reason. If you're unable to do it, you should just resign, because any mistake out there is going to result in death. And Tarif is quiet, and she nods along to the criticism. She takes it on board and she thinks about it, and that's kind of her obligation scene is her being mostly told off by Naomi, and then having to go back and kind of like tell the squad, and the squad being like, oh, whatever, because this is episode 1, right? You know what the rookie pilots are like in episode 1. They're always they've got to lose a wing. They've got to lose a few people first before they start getting to it. So Lillian's is going to be stars. So stars, your obligation puts you under social pressure or sets off your anxiety. Okay, Lillian, she's an ace pilot. What's she going to be doing that puts her under social pressure? But she's on the academy spaceball team, right? So they've got a match against the military boys' school, and while she's an excellent player, right? She's not going to lose on the field, but everyone kind of pouring that focus onto her kind of makes her doubt her capabilities, and she kind of talks to Saffron, who's for Spaceball Captain, and Saffron's kind of trying to calm her down, and like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine. You're good at this. I mean, you're the best player. That's why everyone's got so much time and respect for you. And so they play the Spaceball, and the game goes well because she's amazing at Spaceball. And the team's really good, and they batter the boys. It's like she gets the last kind of throw, and it's great, and they're banging. But she still feels the stress. So 5 and 1. So she has to take for 1. So that means she takes 5 stress from the day. She's thinking about quitting the game. She took so much stress. So she's really kind of not enjoying it at all. When you roll application, roll your lowest attribute, taking stress equal to 6 minus for die result. Yeah, so that's her. She spends the whole night kind of having nightmares about failing to perform during the session. They have to go to karaoke afterwards, and she doesn't enjoy singing in front of people. And the entire kind of like session is traumatic for her. She'd much rather just be out in the field playing ball or in space shooting at aliens. So that's Lillian. Nina Michelli. What does she do? Oh right, okay. Obligation. Yeah. So she well, her obligation is so she's got to roll on either moon or stars. So I think it'll probably be moon that she'll roll on. It'll be stars she rolls on even. So during the course of her day at the academy, she needs to present a set of reports to her parole officer to prove that she's kind of behaving herself. Right, so there's a parole board, and they kind of like review her every kind of couple of weeks to make sure that she isn't embarking on kind of political dissidence or anything like that. And so she, as you can imagine, it's kind of stressful. And let's see what she gets. A 4 and a 2, so 2 she gets in that. So that means she's lost 4 stress. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suffice to say, right, she's kind of leaves for parole hearing just entirely drained, and wants to just slope back home to sleep. Next, Kasumi. She gets to roll on stars as well. So again, social anxiety. This is the social anxiety crew. Alright, well she's got she's part of the art club, and she has to go to a gallery to show some of her work. And this means that she gets asked lots of questions, and one of the people that comes up to her is a advisor from the Institute. And the Institute is this organisation in the Bastion that kind of runs a lot of what's going. we're doing fine. It's okay. But yeah, she needs to explain. So the Institute, they kind of like run a large amount of the station, right? They're great. There's nothing weird about them. They run the station. That's what they do. But he's got like small beady eyes and like really weird little glasses, and he's like a shriveled up prune of a human being. And so yeah, she rolls 2 and a 3, so she takes 4 as well. 4 stress, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, she you know, sweaty palms and the skin crawling on her back, and she really doesn't like being around this guy. He's got weird white wispy hair, and all in all a very unpleasant person. And he keeps on asking pictures about the various bits of art and all the rest of it. And she manages to disengage from him eventually, even though she didn't enjoy it very much, not at all. But it's fine. The squad's not going to get eaten. Not yet. It's only round 1. They can't be eaten. Yes, stressed out squad mum. She's having a bad day. She really needs someone to come and give her some TLC. So this is now the downtime segment that they're in. So they each get to try to do something during their downtime, and we will start from. Well, who took the most? Lillian took the most damage. So I think that Kasumi is going to attempt to help. Let's just check this book a second. So help a friend recover reduces harm. None of them have been harmed yet because this is the first round. So we don't need to do that, but Kasumi will attempt to make a connection. Okay, when make a connection is chosen, choose another protagonist and describe something the two of you do together. If it's something the other character would appreciate, their player can offer you an extra dice, roll an appropriate action. Oh my word, you're going to eat dessert. Enjoy the dessert, Pio, it'll be delicious. Have fun. Enjoy your evening. It was a pleasure to have you here. And I will have all the fun. So, yeah, making a connection. When you make a connection, choose another protagonist and describe something the two of you do together. If it's something the other character would appreciate, their player can offer you an extra dice. I'm sure it will be. Yes. Good. Roll an appropriate die. The chosen character gains the resulting link. The chosen character gains the result level as links with you. Okay, right. Marked all links. Oh, okay. 2 segment marked all links given. Okay, so cool. So she's going to go round to Lillian's house, and she's gonna offer to play games and listen to Lillian mope about how much she dislikes having to spend time talking to people who don't really care about what she has to say, right? But that's kind of what she's going to do, and that means she's going to roll empathize. Nope. That's a lot of buttons to press. 5-5. So she gets a 5, which means we mark 3 segments or 3 links given. So Lillian gains 3 links to Kasumi. So Kasumi, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. So, yep, she does that. Downtime. Next, so that's Lillian does that for. Kasumi does that for Lillian. Also, something to double check is perfect pitch. Your voice is profoundly eerily beautiful. Your allies can always hear you speak, regardless of distance. When you sing, inspire your allies or soothe them, or soothe the hearts of troubled hearts of foes. Nina, pathetic. when you gather info, you can always ask, where's my rival and what are we doing, for free. If the rival is about to suffer fatal harm or fall into eclipse, you can choose to be there and protect them regardless of circumstances. Okay. That's a useful one to remember. And Taraf Oblivious. You may expend your special armor to resist consequences of emotional trauma or to be completely overlooked until you take action. So that's really, really, really good. But, anyway, Lillian, on the other hand, she has here for you. You may expend your special armor. Okay, right, so that's how she gets to do a defensive move. So Lillian she's not very, she doesn't strike me as very conscientious, and so she's not going to be she's not going to be working on a long-term project. She's not going to be doing investigations. I don't know, actually. Let's ask the Oracle. Will Lillian perform an obligation? Will Lillian do an investigation? And we're going to say that this is even 2. No. So she'll make a connection instead. Let's just make this scene disappear. I should probably that's something I need to do as well. Set up some hotkeys. Let me just make a note of that in. Set up some hotkeys for OBS. Yeah, there we go. So she's going to make a connection. She's going to make a connection with Kasumi because Kasumi has made a connection with her. She's not very good at empathize though. So, what about perceive? If we go to what the different things mean, scroll, 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 scrolly, 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 scroll. I'm scrolling. Yeah, I'm scrolling. Am I still scrolling? No, I've scrolled too far. I scrolled too far. I scrolled too fast. And in the end, it didn't even matter. Perceive is what I'm looking for. Perceive. When you perceive, you see the world as it presents itself, without judgment. You might observe someone and note their daily routine. You might see the beauty in the present, even the darkest and strangest corners of the world. Yes. So she's going to attempt to create kind of a connection with Kasumi through kind of deeply observing her behaviours and attempting to figure out what is it really that Kasumi needs. What is it she's really interested in, what she really cares about. So again, during this night where they're spending recuperating after Lillian's kind of traumatic experience, she attempts to do the old perceive. 5. Well, there you go. She gets the 3 as well. Okay, all right. It's probably best if this wasn't a hover, but there you go. So she. Oh, I can do obligation. No, right. So obligation roll is done. This is downtime rolls, right? Downtime. Okay, this does. Yeah. I'm doing it right. I told you. I knew what I was doing. So this gives Kasumi 3 links to Lillian. Lillian, 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna have to keep on reminding ourselves what on earth links do, right? Cool. Top bananas. So that's Kasumi. Nina. What's Nina going to do? I reckon Nina's going to do some investigation. That kind of feels like something Nina will do. The question is, how is she going to do an investigation? What does Express do? Express? What does it do? goes beyond everyone. Express. What does it do? Something awesome. I really hope so. When you express, you use words with an agenda in mind. You might teach someone a valuable lesson about friendship. You might convince a long-time rival to work with you for a time to solve a shared problem. What does defy do? Defy. When you defy, you must have the courage and face opposition head-on. You might stand up to a bully, fixing them. Nah, we're going to use, I think, express. And she's going to express herself. So she's the outsider. This one is mine. She is going to express. Attention to convince someone. So she's going to attempt to convince one of the intelligence officials, Jonathan Goodley, intelligence official. He's an intelligence official. I tell you, very much so. He's an intelligence official. Oh look, I can change my little namey things. I should remember this. Super Dimensional Idol Ichigo-chan. That's my friend's character. I bet Pio's upset when she left now she's heard about my friend's character. Oh! An intelligence official. Short, crop, short, brown, short black hair, glasses, and a robust figure. Jonathan is what is Jonathan? He's a intellectual and a deep and a smart ass. Donk. This is okay. It would be good if, again, this is something I prefer about Foundry. Foundry's got lots of little stuff that I can use to send comments into journals and stuff, so that you can keep it for later, if you see what I mean. It's really good for this kind of thing. So she's going to attempt she runs into him, and she's going to attempt to convince him to provide her with some information. Free. So okay, it's not an astounding success. She just gets the where was it? No, not that one. Not that roll. So this is another thing. Okay, yeah. Shaken, arresting consequences, protecting your allies, loss and death. Clocks, gathering information. Wrong gathering information. Obligations, right, yeah. So that gives her 2 segments marked. So if we go to this one, and we see this track, readiness 2. Oh, sugar, yes, sorry, I forgot. So, yes, she in the on a sea of stars, it's not obligations, it's readiness. So she finds the intelligence officer and convinces him to pay extra attention to this specific part of space. So it's like it's one of the children, yes. Yes, Nina, she says. Look, I need you to check out. I need you for tonight. The next mission to be paying attention to the enemy's movements in section C. It'll be important. He's like I don't really see why. And then she got like the free, and like, well, I suppose I might put some effort in. But I'm not going to go above and beyond my interest here. And Tardy is the last one. So she will also she'll also be doing preparedness. She'll be up in readiness. She'll use analyze, and she will be using her she'll be using her analytical skills to help with sensor detection, right? No, she'll be. In fact, she's going to be using her skills to attempt to improve the defense grid of the base. So she got a 5. She got a 5. That's a good roll. 5. That gives 3 more readiness segments. Shrink it. Don't close it. Oh, so close to a tier 2 readiness. So that's all that done, right? Sync ratio. When you receive an assist and your action succeeds, clear 1 stress. Ooh, when you use a link to help an ally, they gain 2d instead of 1d. That's really good. Links, super important. And so now we get to pick the mission, right? So the way this works is we look at our tier of readiness, and we go into, I believe we go into, anyway, the antagonist. And then in here, is it in here? No, it's not in here. Where is it? Is it in here? No, it's not in here. Okay, that's irritating. Is it in here? No. Okay, I guess then it must only be in the book. Book. It's not in the book either. It's in It's in the playbook packs. Isn't it in here? That's really weird. Give the engines huge emotional landscapes. Oh yeah, because there's another one which is making friends with your engine. I need to remember that as well. Is it in my downloads directory? Oh, Temple of Elemental Evil. Cute outfits. Oh goodness, that's something I was doing before I did this. 1 second. Let me just Oh, I've got to give it a name as well. You'll see. Done. I didn't hit enter. No, that's jump. I think this should work. Does it? Close that. that works. This one didn't work. Why didn't that work? I don't know. Do you know? That. Okay, well that's okay. No, it's not okay. Why doesn't it work? I don't know. So this is supposed to be toggle item scene, select item scene. Toggle item scene, select item scene. Maybe the problem is actually that the scene was never saved. Wrong one. This one? That is in fact the problem. It was never, I never saved it. Oh, that's silly of me, isn't it? Yoink. Oh. There we go. Perfect. Maybe a little bit lower. Yes, there we go. And now this here, select, save. Yes. Right. There we go. No. 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 It's not working. You know when you get these little things in your mind and you're like, I must make it work. But oh well. How about this one? Look, it's not worked again. Select all. Save. Now. Aha! Ha 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 ha. Perfect. Mission accomplished. But not all the missions. I need to find that playbook because I presume that's where quest, game, digital book, landing page, secondary assets. Oh no, where has it gone? Oh no. Oh no. Maybe if I go into PDF and I go menu. If I go here and I go find girl. Yeah, playbooks, series, and references. We tell it to only show us one page at a time. Thank you very much. And then series workspace. Here it is, right? Yeah. So missions. The so at level 1. The 2 missions available that we won't just get butchered for doing are fend off a leviathan attack on the bastion or explore the ruined world. Now, I think... what will they choose? Let's roll the dice. And I think it'll be 50-50. That sounds fair. I think that's fair. So 1 to 3, they will. It's the defend the base. So, oh no, this is one of the things that I find difficult as a ref. Is that the players can go, this is what the mission is going to be, and then you're like, right, okay. I don't really see what I'm doing here now. Because everything is done via this kind of to and fro. But I'm always willing to, as a glorious, carefree slime, I'm trying to learn. So anyway, 1 to 3, they're going to pick the Bastion defense. 4 to 6, they're going to pick the planet. 1 to 3, Bastion defense. Well, that's a bonus. I mean, it's nice and straightforward, hopefully. And you know what we get to do? We get to go new music. So they're going to pick Bastion mission. Bastion defense. So, audios. We don't need to be chill anymore. We're done with chill. We can go. We can straight into space battle. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Right. So, the red alerts go off. The battle lights all come on. For Tariff, Lillian, Nina, Kita, Kasumi, race to the emergency launch systems for their engines. Tariff jumps into we need to name the boat, names of the ships, don't we? This one. And it's kind of additional vague irritation. I just much rather prefer it if like each character was set to an engine. Right. So Lillian. So edit. Right. We're just gonna have set ones to fly. Right. Because this whole faffing about who flies what is a waste of time. So Lillian is gonna pilot the. Lillian will pirate Vishnu. No, Brahma. Lillian pirates Brahma. Pirates Brahma. Nina pilots. Pilots. Petal. Kasumi pilots Vishnu and Tariff pilots Corona, right? Pilots that one. Turn down. Save changes. Thank you. So. This is another thing which is really irritating about Roll20 is when you've got multiple things over. You can't properly make things bigger because they stretch over. Now, they jump in and they shoot into battle. Now what we're supposed to do now is we roll an engagement roll. Alright, so so the engagement roll is that's the wrong place. We go up to the engagement roll. We're learning together, children. We're learning together. Director gathering. sent all this out at some point. I can't remember. Probably not. Did I? No. So. Heart of Mana, we cut for the action. Right, so, engagement roll. At the start of a mission, the protagonists make a special fortune roll called the engagement roll to find out how the mission begins. This lets us cut straight to the action, the heart of whatever is interesting about a given mission. The one roll will let us know how things are going and jumps past all the tedious setup, planning and leading. Okay, let me again just quote come in here. 1 second. A lot of my parties, in fact all my parties, what they've just described as the tedious setup, preparation, planning, that's their bread and butter. That's what people enjoy, right? This is what I was doing. I find that players enjoy preparing the heist, right? Prepping, going this is what we'll do, and they enjoy the heist, right? And the running away from the heist, and the fallout from the heist. What they don't like is when you're like, are you sure you want to do that? Have you thought? Is that everything? Is that all you? If that's all you're going to do? This kind of, this ever continuing interrogation of their intent and their desires. So, anyway, I play the game as it's written for now. It works better for solo play if we just jump in as well. But yeah, so where it goes. This lets us cut straight to the action. Whatever. One roll will let us know how things are going and jump straight past all the tedious setup, planning and leading. I don't know who they're playing with. That's my party's bread and butter. They love it. So, there is always hope. So we always start with 1 dice. The mission is particularly heroic or noble. Well, we are defending the bastion, so that's pretty heroic. So we've got 2 dice. The mission following through on details from the protagonist's investigation. Well, we don't have investigation, but we have been telling them to prepare their defences and their areas to scan. So that does in fact track. Does the mission currently exceed the current investigation track? So in our case, the readiness track, yes it does. So we're back down to 2. Are there any other elements that you want to consider? No, I think that's fine. Actually, it is their first mission, so they get 1 dice. C'est la vie. It's okay. Noriko's with them. Gambata. Right. Let's shrinky. What's the other tune we got? Oh, another one which was kind of exciting. Was it this one? Kinda cool. Not what I'm looking for. We'll definitely go with the space battle one. Right. Space battle. So, again, this is where I kind of find that... Oh, right, anyway, we've got to roll the dice. Fortune dice. Let us roll the fortune dice. Let us roll the fortune dice. Any of them can roll the fortune dice. Kasumi? Do you want to roll it for dice? Kasumi will roll the fortune dice. Fortune roll. Number of dice, 1. Submit. She rolls a 4. Okay, so a 4 means that... 4. Mixed result. You're in a risky position. when the action starts. The plan is holding together just barely. The protagonists will need to take steps right now to avoid disaster. Okay, so the Leviathan fleet is closed in. The Bastion's rail guns are like. They've got the engines have flown in. They're going to bipedal mecha. Things are exploding. The little Leviathans are getting completely wrecked. But then we see the gargantuan, the Methuselah-like monstrosity. There's kind of tendrils hanging from its body. It's almost as if its carcass-like structure is made out of the tortured souls of millions of humans, right? They look like they're melted and sunken into the flesh of the creature. Its vast mouth and sick, mustardy coloured eye stare at the Bastion hungrily. This huge white almost pearlescent teeth more and chew through the Bastion defense fleet, yeah, with that I feel like chicken tonight. This is where I feel that the book doesn't give me a lot of help. It doesn't actually tell me how do we know when the thing is done, because anyway, let's not complain, let's roll some dice. So we've cut to the action. This is happening. It's closing in on the Bastion, and we're there to save it. So the heart of the matter, we'll just double check this again. You know, round 2 will be far more exciting. But the heart of the matter, the protagonist came in. Well, the reason is pretty straightforward. We don't want the Bastion to get eaten, so that's a waste of my time. Revelations about other characters or seemingly unrelated events can be a great way to add a twist to an otherwise straightforward mission. Cool. For the director, setting an appropriate amount of opposition to the protagonist goals will take some practice. It certainly will. Being a fan of the characters is important. Clocks are good. We like clocks. Right, we're going to say that first things first. First things first. It seems straightforward to me that that Nina Maselli will go in all guns blazing, right? That feels to me to be the kind of the most obvious opening, gambit. So that's a defy, I think. Yeah, so she's gonna use defy. Now, she's gonna go in with the chain cannon. She's not in her. She's not in her transcendent form. And yeah, she's just going to go for it, right? I think it's desperate. So it'll be a desperate and limited effect, right? Would be the setup for it, because she's not in her transcendent form. She's going up against this huge monstery thing. Now, again, this is something that everyone has to decide on whether or not they're going to try and help, like, straight off the bat, right? So, if people want to help, links, helping, okay, right, so you spend links to help. stress from eclipse, eclipse, rolling, when including eclipse, rounding. So I read all this yesterday, but I feel like I need to read it again. Harm, bonus dice, right, bonus dice. So she can push herself. She's not pushing herself just yet. The default choice is standard, evaluating effects, evaluating positions, action rolls. Where's a page on? I kind of feel like I need a summary page for this sometimes. Oh, it's probably on the sheet, right? Teamwork. Assist a teamwork. Take 1 stress to give another player 1d. Okay, so Nina is the one doing the thing, but Tarafatagi will be like, as she sees her zoom off, she will, of course, immediately attempt to provide support in fire, and have the rest of the fleet, the rest of the crew try and protect her. So set up another character with your action. Protect a teammate. Yeah. So she will assist her teammate. So she will gain 1 stress as she orders the other crew to support her. And the wing of fighters are kind of holding off the oncoming defensive beasties that look like they look like kind of monstrous little melted avian creatures. They're like birds melted onto a metal frame. So no, she's not transcendent. Bonus dice 1. So she. Oh wow. So desperate position, critical. Well, she didn't get a critical. She got a 6. So she comes around, effect limited, right? So she attempts to kind of destroy this massive monstrosity, but it you know she ducks and weaves, and the flight of them all manage to kind of get through the various nooks and crannies, but it's and now kind of in an optimum shooting position. All the cannons are going off, but it's not really doing anything. So that's her. Tariff is like, conserve ammunition. Make sure that you don't check your SIGs. They're all around us. Kasumi's kind of a little bit panicked, but she's attempting to. So when we go to empathize, what does empathize do? When you understand the person intuitively, gain understanding. You might touch a horrifying monster and feel the frightened heartbeat that beats within. These things aren't frightened. These things are monsters. Forgive. Not very useful in this situation. Neither of those are good. Lillian, on the other hand, well, Lillian, she loves a bit of violence, so she'll transcend, right? No, will she? Transcending? She's pretty stressed, but she doesn't really have a huge amount of choice, so she'll transcend. That's what she'll do. Let's hit the button. There is no button to hit. So she enters into she activates the combat integration computer, and the pins around her neck insert into the back of her spine, and she's fully jacked into the engine. And you can hear the engine's voice kind of distant in the background of her mind. And she is transcendent. So she will now launch into a full frontal attack on the thing. I mean, she's got two defies, right? So she's not going to have a huge amount of issue there. But she also has a link. Kasumi has a link with her. So what do links let me do? Links. When their transcendent power alone is not enough, the protagonists can draw on the power of their relationships with one another, represented by links. Links are primarily created through make a connection downtime action. Though certain character playbooks or series might have other ways of making them, the protagonist's ability to make these connections despite the weight of obligations. Okay. To use a link, players spend a link with a character and choose one of the desired effects. So she can recover stress, shrug off harm, helping. You may spend the link with someone to give them a bonus die. Okay. Lending strength. Right, so we don't need that. What we need is a... what we actually need is Kasumi. But they need to be transcended, right? So, links. Remember, transcendent powers alone are not enough. Protagonists can draw from their relationships. No, so I think that's fine. I don't think Kasumi needs to be transcended. So Kasumi will spend one of her links with Lillian. So she in fact, let's be frank. Your allies can always hear you speak when you sing to inspire your allies or soothe their troubled hearts. Roll +1d. So, pure Macross style. Kasumi is belting out a tune. That almost actually feels like I could do an empathize there and do that, right? So she's belting out a tune. Lillian gains +1 dice for the tune. She gains +1 dice for the link burning. And so that's +2. So that's 4 dice. And she's transcended, right? So risky. Yeah, risky. And I think it'll have a great effect. No, standard. Yeah, standard effect. Yes. And she gets 2 bonus dice. There we go. Transcending. So that costs her one of her transcendence actions. If I get 2, does that? So if I get 2, that means it's a critical success, right? You do it with an increased effect. See, so what I don't understand is if there needs to be a clock somewhere for this. I really don't think this is very well explained. Because, I mean, has she just defeated it? Because she got 2 6s, and there's nowhere explaining to me. Poison promises, I get it. Why position effect? Whatever, not important right now. Establishing the field of action, rolling the dice, empathizing, confessing actions, core system. What I really need to do is watch someone else play this. I think. Because it doesn't give me any pointers as to what this should be like, right? I don't know if there should be a clock or if there should be consequences and harm, complications. We've all succeeded everything so far, so that's really list opportunity. Harm examples, recovering from harm, resisting consequences, protecting your allies. I understand all this. This all makes perfect sense. Loss and death, fine. I get it. So, the pirates have failed to keep the Icarus away from the Bastion, and the Leviathan is advancing at full speed, seeking to collide with the station and destroy it. Van comes up with a desperate plan to more than overload the engine reactor. Van speaks to Hymna over a radio. We can't save a Hymna. I'm sorry, but I have to stop it. Dylan and Bev talk about the position and effect for your actions. I don't get it. I don't see how this is going. It is. I just need to learn. This is what I need to do. Van is a soldier through and through. If she sees no other option, I think she's willing to do it. I give my life for Van. When the time comes, they'll be lost without you, she says, and clocks. Well, let's have a look at the clocks. Some actions and consequences may not have immediate effects, but instead build towards more complicated or significant outcomes. The director can track these consequences through the creation of progress clocks. This is represented by a circle divided into several segments. Typically, the more complex a problem, the more segments. Yes. Clocks have a minimum of 4 segments, and generally aren't larger than 8. At the most basic, a clock is a promise about the story. When the clock is filled, something will happen. It should always be clear to the players what a clock represents. So really what I should probably do is I should create a clock at the start of this. So we'll imagine that I've already created a clock. So here we go. We're learning people, we're learning. What's the button for... What's the button for creating a proper circle? Ellipse. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Almost everything in the history of humanity has had a button. I think Roll20 needs some serious work, is what I think. It needs some serious work. Just what I'm saying. So if we had 2 circles, right? And freehand, and we just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And over here we go 1, 2, right? Then we go, okay, cool. So this is our progress to defeat monster, and this is monster eat bastion. For example, we're doing it for science. Now, so far we've had a 6, which I reckon is like 2 ticks off of the thing, right? So a 6 is 2, right? And I'd say that a critical is 3. Right, so we've got 3 boxes left, and it's not managed to eat the bastion because we are actually so but the thing to remember is that this one, that one is actually only 1. Yes, that's only 1 because that is a lesser effect. Now this, her one is 1, 2, 3 for the critical, right? Right, so defeating them. Okay, right, now I've got a clock, I'm feeling better. Right, it's mad. It's firing out more little monster ships. more of a scream. Well, I mean, we can't hear them scream, of course, because we're in space. Well, we can kind of hear them scream. We can kind of hear them scream inside of our brains. You can fire it. You see it firing off these monstrous torpedo-like objects towards the bastion, and they kind of explode into lots of little needly things that kind of ricochet off of the brand new armor that we had put in place. It's pretty mad, but it's not managed to eat the ship yet. So what have we done? So Lillian is transcended. Nina's like, well, Nina will do something. Kasumi is singing, and so she's going to try and keep the morale of the entire force up with her singing. I think it's risky. I think it'll have a standard effect. No, she's not transcendent. She will have one bonus dice because she's inspired by Lillian's amazing conflict there going on. 3, 3, and a 2. This is a bad thing. Things go badly. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, or you end up in a desperate position. You lose this opportunity. I don't know what opportunity is about. Okay. Well, I think the main thing that happens here is it's one of these it uses to get close to the thing, and I think the other thing is it will attempt to cause harm. But again, maybe, we need to think about this. Yes. Series rules. Make preparations. Bond with engine. Up to 6 engines if you take extended berths. So I reckon. Which one is she piloting? So her armor will take this. Kasumi is piloting. Vishnu. So Vishnu takes damage. Oh, not all of that damage. That damage. As well, right? So it's one tick closer to eating things. So she started singing. A creature lashed out with an immense, monstrous psychic energy that started to kind of just completely destroy Kasumi's existence. But Vishnu kind of goes into overdrive and manages to consume most of the damage of the physical lash as well. But it's got closer to the ship. Tarafatadi is going to attempt to analyze the situation to identify a weakness, and what she's going to be doing is setting up another teammate. If you achieve it, so she's attempting to calculate get +1 effect improvement to their get +1 effect or improved position. Okay, right. So yeah, she's going to attempt to analyze the situation to figure out what's going on. The effect will be standard. She's not transcendent, and she has no bonus dice. 5 and a 3. So the thing's got closer to the target. She has gained 1 tile via the new information that she has collected, and Nina, who is going to transcend as well, rushes the ship like a mad one. So really what we're probably doing here is gathering information, right? So there's a move. Well, it's not called a move in this, is it? Is it? I don't know. Am I confusing my games? I don't think I am, but I might be. Gather info. Yeah. So she might actually be doing a gather info roll here. She got a 5. Ask one question and one follow-up question. Where can I gain an edge? And we'll say that the eye area. In fact, that you could, in theory, get inside the mouth and launch an attack from there. You know, is there anything else to consider if I did go into the mouth? You know, well, it'll probably close the mouth, and you're going to have to get out, and that sounds like a problem, right? So that's what she's doing there. That's that. She's got them tick. More information. So now Transcended Nina is going to do a defy, right? And Lillian is going to back her up. Right? There's Lillian gone. No. Clicked the button, made it angry. Where did Lillian go? Did I accidentally close Lillian? I think I did. No, I didn't, where she is. But I have accidentally closed a lot of the others. So Lillian is going to gain a point of stress because she's going to give an assist to Nina. Nina is going to spend her transcendence point. And what's it? This one's mine. Once you engage a foe, neither you or the enemy may back down until one of you is defeated. Only your rival can assist you. Well, there you go. Result. This is in fact exactly what we expected. Defy. So, position is. I think it's risky because she's got the advantage from that. And the effect will be great. She is transcendent. She has 1 bonus dice from the assistance from Thingamajig. 5. Wait a minute, it's double 6. Wow. Okay. Nina just blats it away. Right. Fine. That's okay. This is just like the opening salvo of the conflict, right? And they were really, maybe they weren't here for just for fight, right? So the fallout. We fall back to the ship. And now we check fallout. Which one does fallout? This one? Fallout? Have you got fallout? No. Yes. Fallout tier 1. So we roll a d6 for tier 1 pressure. So roll. One of them should actually just roll the roll a fortune dice. Because Nina was the one who killed it, and also, I mean, Nina is the political dissident, so you know. Nina is the political dissident, so she can roll the fortune roll. 1. Four. So 4 is an engine is reassigned. I don't even know what that means. I presume that means we've lost an engine. Okay. Let me double check the book. Not this one. This one. Fallout. It just says an engine is reassigned. Okay. We've lost an engine. It's gone somewhere else. Damn it. Nina, what a girl. She just flies. So, but I mean, I didn't describe that fight, right? She flies into the creature's mouth, opens fire with her plasma blaster, canon, right? Because she's transcended and she's fighting like a lunatic, and inside it's not like a mouth. Inside it's like a giant monstrous, a kind of giant temple, like a Geiger-like thing, right? And she lets rip with all of the ammunition. Missiles come shooting out of the engine's torso. Rotating Gatling cannons are firing at everything. And then she because Lillian was in support. Lillian kind of comes diving in afterwards, blasts open the thing's mouth, and provides extra fire. The two of them back to back, spiraling around, just go. And then barely managing to get out in time. And it's all very, very spectacular. So anyway, with that, so an engine has been reassigned. So we're down an engine. Engine has been reassigned. And special thingy-majiggy is judgment calls additional fallout rules. When pilots pursue a mission that leaves the bastion exposed. Okay, so they didn't leave the bastion this time, so they defended the bastion. I wonder which one of the four has been reassigned. Well, it won't. Well, it might be Nina's. They might be mad with her because she was so successful. You can't have a dissident being successful. Let's roll a d4 in here. Actually, R1d4. 2. So that would be. That would be the map. Oh, we can head back. Vishnu. Oh, well, it's also damaged, which is kind of a nuisance. Reassigned. And when does it come back? I don't know when it comes back. Do you? No. That's the captain's commanders. Okay, XP. Let's figure out XP. XP. Getting XP. At the end of each session, for each item, mark 1 XP, or 2 if that occurs multiple times. So we successfully carried out a mission from a series list. So yes, we did that. Struggled with your place in the world and protect the bastion. I don't think we did that. Revealed the tragic history of... No, we haven't done that yet. Express the essential nature or origin or destiny of the group. We haven't done that. Okay. What? This is a good trick. Yeah, we've not done any of that. We'll get better at that. It's fine. Now, another thing that we need to do is does for Leviathan... Oh no, there are the missions. I knew there was somewhere. There we are. Readiness track based on results. Right. Last bastion track. So this is another thing, right? The last bastion track represents the state of the population of a bastion. It starts out completely filled. At the beginning of downtime, the bastion performs a number of downtime actions equal to the current Leviathan track. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh well, we'll start that from the next game. always at least one, and rolls a number of dice equal to the current Bastion tier. It prioritizes actions as follows. Pride, work on a long-term project for the flagship upgrade, if one is already underway. 2. State of emergency, make preparations if Leviathan track exceeds readiness. 3. Patchwork. If Bastion track is depleted, repair the Bastion track. Roll as make preparations, but apply the result from Bastion track instead. And 4. Complacency. Increase the adversary track. Roll as make preparations, but apply it to the adversary track. Fine. So we'll do that next prep turn. What else do we do after the mission? During Fallout. What do we do during Fallout time? Fallout. Each engine starts with 3. Engine strength is reduced when the character's last transcendent action is used while piloting it, when consequences affecting the pilot goes unresisted, when a pilot falls into eclipse, as the cost of a poison promise, when a pilot results level 4 harm in it, when it abandons the field. None of this matters. Series names, series rules. Okay. So, what else do we need to do? I'm pretty sure there's something else we need. I'm pretty sure there are 2 more things that we need to do. I'm pretty sure that we need to limit the transcendence, link, stress of the eclipse, escaping the eclipse, reduced effect, lost opportunity, worst position, harm, links and harms, recovery from harm, resisting consequences, protecting your allies. We already know all this stuff. This isn't what we're looking for. Gather information, obligations, investigation, missions, mission and investigation tiers, engagement role, cut to reaction, heart of the matter, flashbacks. Oh, I forgot to do any of those. We'll do that next time. Fallout, right. Okay, adversary track. Just as the protagonists seek out the truth of their adversary, is always hunting for those who oppose it. This is represented, by the tracks. When the track is filled, the group. The track fills. Yes, fine, whatever. How do I fill it up? Every mission exposes the group to reprisals, regardless of the mission's outcome. During Fallout, the adversary track advances by 1 segment, plus 1 additional segment. Right, this is what I'm looking for. Every mission exposes the group, regardless of the mission's outcome. During Fallout, the track advances by 1 segment, plus 1 additional segment for each of the following that occurred during the mission. The adversary's agenda moved forward. I don't know. Did it? The adversary agenda. Where BV? Principles and agenda. Institution of bastions are most monstrous. Give the engine huge emotional landscape. Make the violence fundamentally alien. Fine. That's the series agenda, not the monsters agenda. I don't know. Yes, we'll just say it did. Someone fell into eclipse? No, but the protagonist came closer to their destiny. Not really. So 2. Tick, tick. Fine. Oh, right, wait a minute. What? As the segments are marked on the track, you will receive 5 segment tiers. These tiers determine the severity of the fallout after the mission. When a tier is filled, the adversary is considered to be the next tier for the purposes of fallout. If the track fills, the group's adversaries have found the protagonist and move against him. Play this out as their highest tier mission available in the series playset, but the protagonists automatically fail the engagement roll. Yes, okay, fair enough. It is the worst possible situation. They are caught off guard and unprepared. The mission occurs after the obligation and downtime, and should the protagonist survive, it ends the season as normal, albeit on a somber note. The track resets at the start of a new season. Okay. Fallout roll, right. Oh, okay, so right. During every Fallout phase, Bev rolls twice, since the investigation tier is now at 2. Consulting may see Agents of the Abyss stalk a friend. Bev thinks about this a little, and then describes Fallout phase summary. Evaluate the adversary's track. Protagonist erase all stress from their sheets. Erase all unspent links. Roll Fallout and play out an immediate consequence of the roll. Leave problems unresolved to be acted upon later by protagonists. The investigation drops to half its current value, rounding up. Okay, cool. So, I understand the next one will be far smoother, I promise you. I promise you. So, the readiness drops down to 3. The leviathans are at 2. We've got 1 XP on per that. Do individuals get XP? Gaining XP. Each time you make a desperate roll, mark 1 XP. At the end of each session, I think the only one who did a desperate was Nina, right? Because she's a wild one. Crazy about Nina. We're going to have to open all 4 of them back up and do this for each of them. I think next time will be a lot smoother. We can make some more use of 1-page engine as well, I think. Tara Furtadi. We'll start with Tara Furtadi and go backwards. She's the one who did it least. Well, she did some analysis. Gain XP. Right. You addressed a challenge with knowledge or subtlety. I suppose so. You express your belief drive. Nah, not really. You struggled with issues from your promise or your obligation. Not really. You embodied your eclipse. She didn't. Okay, so that's 1 point for her, and she is fresh out of stress. Right. Kasumi. What do you got? Addressed a challenge of understanding or coordination. Not really. You express your beliefs, drives. I don't like these. You express your beliefs, drives, role, or background. You struggled with issues from your promises or obligations. Not really. You promised. No. Not really. None of those. So she doesn't get any XP. Nina. Well, Nina got a free one because she did do a desperate move. You just she did that twice. Express to belief drives roll or background, not yet. Struggled with issues, no. Okay, right. So she got 3. Reset track. Kasumi needs a track reset, but it's too late. She's gone. Ooh. Address the challenge with kindness and self-sacrifice, not really. Express your belief, no. Struggled, no. Embodied, no. So she doesn't get any XP. So now I'm just going to break this rule because I think you should always get XP for turning up. Just think you should. Being at the table, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm going to give all of them 1 XP regardless. I'm going to think about how we can milk this to get maximum XP each time. Again, this is the other thing that I always think is slightly risky with these systems, is that they are kind of like a power gamer's best dream, right? You can really move the table around to meet what you want to. But that's just my old slime brain thinking about these things, not with your young, supple, soft brains. So, yeah, that's interesting. I think next time will be smoother, will be better, and we will do some more stuff, and it'll be cool. So yeah, meet us, well, Wednesday for some Dungeons and Dragons. You have fun now, everybody. I'm gonna leave you. Love you and leave you. That's what I'm gonna do. Bye.